This story is about a hero. Gizmo wants to help if he can. He shouldn't need to remind you that he needs scrap to finish the Gulp in some air. You sound a little wheezy. The spent nuclear fuel that Toxanol dumped in the surf had detrimental effects on the marine habitats, while the overflowing landfills contaminated the groundwater. Combined, this sent their world hurtling on an inevitable road to ruin. Gizmo wants to help if he can. Feels you need to meet Lobo. A friend who knows a gullblimp is always handy. Figures you like it when the sun goes down. That's your time to play. Wishes you goodbye. Gizmo wants to help if he can. Has plenty. There's not much left of what we used to call our world. Too tight, and the rope tips. This is no way to live, but keep at it anyhow. He says that's enough to get the Mekton functional. You'll have an engine, a fuel soaker, a gun and a gathering net, but no armor, nor enough oxygen supply. He made a suction device so the Mekton can use the black tar as an instant refuel. You can also use it to clear oily goo puddles, so you can pass and access hard-to-get-to areas. He's been working on another project for the Mekton, a cannon, but it needs ammunition, and by that he means the Squips. He says if they're trained right, they'll turn into a distraction for the Jumbo Puff. The best way to find Squips is to go talk to Moog. He knows the ins and outs of every breathing thing left alive after the apocalypse. Unfortunately, this means you'll have to venture farther out into the Deadzone than Moog's camp on the steep depot. Once you find Moog, he'll be able to give you directions to where you'll find Squips. Gizmo thinks he's a little peculiar, but very knowledgeable. He has the ins and outs of all monster and creature whereabouts. The grease monkey's Mekton is built sturdy, just like himself. Can you imagine how this place used to look before the dead oil flood? Might want to hold your breath before you head any further. You're about to witness the breathtaking vistas of what's known as the Deadzone. That over there is Steepo Depot, the cliffside that Moog hangs on to. Feel like a landed fish? You sound like one.
Inmo. Diava.
This one's impressed to see you out here. He figured you'd be dead by now. Not many are as tough and clever as you must be. Claims he goes after the most dangerous game, huge monsters. Moog says that all your power doesn't do you a bit of good if you're not willing to pull the trigger when the time comes. Out there with the monsters, it's kill or be killed. Which will it be for you? You might have a steady aim, but you need to be sure that you pick your targets with care. It's hard to make those life or death decisions for others, but someone's got to do it. Otherwise, they'll do it themselves, and you know they'll miss. Claims he mostly kills whoever he doesn't like. Says it's wild that the world seems to be coming back, but he supposes that means more monsters for him to shoot. Gets why you're thinning the herd so hard, but he wishes you'd leave some monsters for everybody else. Says you should give up on working with the stubborn myriad. He keeps trying to put out their lights, and they keep putting up new ones. He's afraid you're just as stubborn as them. But enough of that, right? He says the wildlife, nature, has changed and turned against us. Instincts of survival took over when the world changed. He's not sure about their veggie diet anymore, and if it's changed, who knows what it's done with the chemical composition of their body output. Right now, though, he feels he's come to a point where he's got a pretty clear idea on the whereabouts of monsters, both tall and short. Says as big as they are, the world is bigger. To find where they are, you need to see where they've been. Moog says you must learn to walk before you can run. It takes practice before you can call yourself a monster hunter.
Uveng.
Fortunately for you, he can help. He understands you need to start off with something small before you go big.
Tariman.
There's no better place to start than a Squip cave. Hunting down a couple of these little critters for yourself should keep you on your toes. Says you stick to the haunting and shots present themselves later. Let's see. Gulp in some air. Wait, it's the Squip hole-up. Place is just filled with critters. Playtime is over. It's getting lighter out. Put that thing behind you. Couldn't just be it. Needs a key. Right out. Once the volatilization from the nuclear waste evaporated, a volatile gas rose through the soil and infested structures, even Toxanol's own buildings. So, in a way, they caused their own death. Idea. Go knock the lid off that sludge truck. It'll fill the place up and you can get up to that entrance there. This is turning out to be quite an expedition. Looks like the switches need to be turned to match so enough charge can flow through the conductors. Just a few moves left. Make them count. Good. That's enough electric current to initiate the actuators and activate the framework. A piece of work cut out for you. Steady, tready as you go. In the old world, roads like this really led somewhere. Now, most of them lead to disaster. Take matters back into your own hands. He says that's enough scripts to sustain the Mekton's claw crane cannon with infinite ammunition. Well done. That's the special weapon he made to store the scripts in the Mekton. It will be strong enough to launch them at the Jumbo Puff. Gizmo's made vehicles before to confront the Jumbo Puff himself, but failed. But this time, it's different. The Mekton will be strong enough to do the job. It's time to put a stop to the Worldeater now, otherwise he fears the damage it's caused to the tree already will be too much to handle. There's time to improve the Mekton before you confront the Puff. There are more wreck boxes out in the Deadzone with gear you should be able to equip the Mekton with on your own. He's sure you remember enough of what he taught you about upcycling to fit some skronky gear to the Mekton on your own. Gizmo wants to help if he can. Thinks you got the right idea. Time to break it all down. Says the Lotus tribe has worked harder than anyone to get respect. Says you're welcome back. Gizmo wants to help if he can. We'll be around when you return. Better get moving before the day passes you by. Imagine that. You could just go to a place like this to get a proper meal back in the old world. Personal. Hurts less now. Nice shot. Been taking your vitamins? look like you've been doing this your whole life. Looks like wholesome, a tidy little cave. Where do all the critters go? Down to half your health. Your feet feel like you're wearing squishy sponges. Kaboom! Bang! It's starting to add up. That's a jumbo puff with an appetite. Ain't no fuzz. Better put an end to it before it ends our world. Uh-oh, the jumbo puff is kicking it up a notch. It's time for an electric performance. Bad feeling about this. It goes all the way down to the stomach. Start like a snack, and you'll end up with a ride down the intestinal canal. That's too close to the end station. Better move up and away, or be swept out the bowel way. Wow! What a super-size, better pumped out than flushed down. Don't let it happen again. You see, it's what's on the inside that counts. That meaty Taurus is already offbeat. End it. The Taurus is pumping at half a beat. You know what to do. Guessed it would go down with a throw-up. Can it really get any better than that? He thanks you for dealing with the first Worldeater. It's a start. You should go see Out of Date and find out what you can about the machine he's named the Ark. Even if Out of Date doubts your intentions, he depends on your help, and the Sifu is confident he'll let you know what you need. He trusts you know where to find Out of Date by now. He's always been at the foot of the tree, and that hasn't changed.